today on Fool of a Took, we will be discussing, who are the Blue Wizards? The Vala chose the Astari, or Wizards, as emissaries to Middle-earth, to assist the peoples in their fight against Sauron. Manwë, Lord of the Vala, summons a council where these Astari are chosen. At that time Ormi, the hunter, chooses Alatar, the first of the Blue Wizards, who decides to bring along his friend Pallando, the second Blue Wizard. Alatar and Pallando come to Middle-earth in 1000 of the Third Age, the same year as the other wizards. After their arrival they travel to the east of Middle-earth, as does Saruman. Nearly 1,500 years later, Saruman returns to the northwest of Middle-earth, while the Blue Wizards do not. While some may speculate that Saruman himself may have had some part to play in the seeming disappearance of the Blue Wizards, it should be noted that there is no direct evidence for this. It's not until around 2463, after Saruman is returned, that a rift forms between him and Gandalf. When the White Council is formed, Saruman is appointed its leader only after Gandalf turns it down. In Unfinished Tales, we are also told that Gandalf has greater strength and greater influence upon the dwellers in Middle-earth, even though he had his power and desired neither fear nor reverence. Saruman's jealousy of Gandalf eventually turns to hatred. We can safely assume Saruman didn't have anything to do with the disappearance of the Blue Wizards. Even Tolkien himself was unsure of what became of the Blue Wizards. In letter 211, the author states, "I really do not know anything clearly about the other two wizards, since they do not concern the history of the Northwest. I think they went as emissaries to distant regions, east and south, far out of Númenórean range, missionaries to enemy-occupied lands, as it were. What success they had I do not know, but I fear that they failed, as Saruman did, though doubtless in different ways, and I suspect they were founders or beginners of secret cults and magic traditions that outlasted the fall of Sauron." We also know from Unfinished Tales, that Gandalf is the only wizard to remain faithful to his task, and the sole Astari to return to Valinor. And that was all that was known of the Blue Wizards for quite some time. However, nearing the end of his life, Tolkien returns to the Blue Wizards, where he makes some rather large changes. Rather than arriving in 1000 of the Third Age, instead they arrive much earlier, at roughly the same time that Glorfindel returns to Middle-earth in 1600 of the Second Age. This is a significant change in the timeline as it means the Blue Wizards were in Middle-earth for over 2,800 years before the other Astari arrive. While the newly resurrected Glorfindel is tasked with aiding Elrond in the War of Eriador, their Blue Wizards are tasked with traveling to the east. Knowing that the Blue Wizards are associated with Orim, it makes a lot of sense that they would travel to the east. Tolkien also implies that they no longer are considered to have drifted from their mission, stating in a text which we find in the Peoples of Middle-earth, their task was to circumvent Sauron, to bring help to the few tribes of men that had rebelled from Melkor worship, to stir up rebellion and after his first fall to search out his hiding, in which they failed, and to cause dissension and disarray among the Dark East. They must have had very great influence on the history of the Second and Third Age in weakening and disarraying the forces of the East, who would both in the Second Age and Third Age otherwise have outnumbered the West.